Hey Divine Collective, hello. Hi Soul Family, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I welcome my day one A1s who have been supporting this channel. Thank you for being the oxygen here. I see you and I appreciate your support. And if you are new here, I welcome you. Let's start with today's word and then we'll dive into the message. The Lord has said that there is the spirit of anger that leads to vengeance. I feel that you have already seen this, experienced this, to be precise, in your life, that people have been greedy because they see something in you, right? Since you have been a child, right? I feel that there is this frequency that lures them in, right? And then he gave me verses 29 to 47 from Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, Yoga of Meditation. Today we will be diving into the topic from anger to awareness, right? The spirit of grief that often leads to vengeance. And we'll be diving into this message more and more to also see the karmic side of that, what might have happened, right? So this chapter is not about stretching our body, it's about disciplining our consciousness, right? And I want to begin with something very uncomfortable, that's anger. You have experienced this spirit of anger, I'm getting that very strongly, that leads to vengeance, and you have experienced this betrayal, okay? So when we feel hurt, betrayed, persecuted or misunderstood, the first reaction of ego is retaliation. So the mind says, I will show them. But the Most High, Krishna, teaches something very radical here. He says that the true warrior is not the one who defeats others. The true warrior conquers the mind. In chapter 6, Krishna differentiates between an ascetic and a yogi. And then the Most High asked me to specifically differentiate between a yogi and an ascetic, okay? So we would be diving into this. So an ascetic may renounce action. A yogi renounces attachment. So he is telling you to detach while you are in a homely world, okay? In a domestic environment. That's the energy. And that is a massive difference. An ascetic might leave society, suppresses desires, withdraw physically, but a yogi stays in the world and masters the inner storms. I think you have mastered your attachments to this world because of your own energy, because of your own experiences that you might have experienced since your childhood, right? Something like that. I'm getting childhood energy is very significant for you, right? And people might have covered up their egos. So you have seen this since your childhood, and people might have covered up their egos, what I'm getting. Okay. Because they were greedy. They were draining your soul essence here. Correct? So he says the true yogi is not the one who avoids action, but the one who performs action without being controlled by likes and dislikes. That is psychological maturity. Because anger that leads to vengeance comes from wounded attachment. Now, for example, I expected that. I deserved that. How dare they? Right? So, this is something that leads to the spirit of anger to latch on us. Right? But meditation, as taught in this chapter 6, trains the mind to observe without reacting. Now let's go deeper into verses 29 to 32 first. Now Krishna, the Most High, describes the elevated yogi as someone who sees the self in all beings and all beings in the self. What does it mean? Now this is not poetry, this is his perception, okay? We need to dive into that perception here. Now when you see yourself in everyone, vengeance becomes illogical. Because harming another, right? Harming another feels like harming your own limb. When you empathize with that person, when you step into the shoes of that person, is seeing from the Most High's perspective, right? So the Most High is actually saying, see from my perspective. So that is collapse of ego separation, right? Then Krishna, the Most High, says something extraordinary. He says that highest yogi is the one who feels the suffering and joy of others as their own. So on this stage, you have already emotionally empathized, right? And not just emotionally empathized. I think you have the heart, the spirit. You have empathized with that man's, woman's spirit. Correct? That is something that he is seeking, right, to teach us. That means emotional intelligence is spiritual advancement. Yes. Now here's where it gets comforting. In verses 37 to 45, Arjuna asks, okay, a soul asks the Most High a very humanly question, right? What if someone tries and fails? What if the mind wanders? What if I fall off the path, right? Because it's so natural, right? For us as souls who are trudging our own paths, our soul journeys, it's the part of our evolution. But the question is, if I'm not able to achieve that stage, what would happen? Krishna responds with reassurance here. The Most High is giving you the reassurance here. No effort on this path is ever wasted. So your effort is definitely seen, okay? You even trying to get up early in the morning is seen by the Most High, okay? He recognizes that. He is recognizing that in the scripture, right? So he is saying even a failed attempt at meditation carries forward. Carries forward means your karma is carried forward and it gives you spontaneous gati. Gati means pace to the next afterlife, right? So that you can spiritually elevate. You know, every effort, every practice you carry out in this lifetime is going to the next. So how kind is he, right? Because that's huge. Because many people feel spiritually inadequate. They feel like compared to this person, I'm nothing. But it's not true, right? They say, my mind is restless, I cannot sit still, I get angry. So Krishna agrees The Most High agrees that, yeah, you might get angry, you might fail at waking up at 4 a.m. every day. So he says, yes, the mind is restless. He literally calls it difficult to control, like the wind. But he says it can be trained through practice and detachment, not suppression, but training, right? And then the climax, verse 47, chapter 6, he is declaring, among all yogis, the one who abides in me with faith and devotion is the highest. That means meditation is not mechanical. It is a relation with the Most High. You are setting your frequency with the highest frequency of the Most High, right? So what is the difference between a yogi and someone who is just spiritually aesthetic? A yogi acts without vengeance, right? A yogi feels without drowning. A yogi works without attachment. A yogi loves without possession. And he trains the mind instead of obeying it, right? An ascetic might reject the world, but a yogi transforms within the world. It's also giving me the metaphor of a lotus. Lotus, how it grows in the mud and how it actually nurtures itself, right? Nurtures itself in the mud and takes out the nutrition from that pond, from that water, and grows above it. So a yogi does something like that, right? Using the wisdom and the discipline of the Most High, we can rise our consciousness above this world. That's what he's saying, and attain peace, right? So it's not just theoretical, mechanical, it's relational in nature, right? I really want you to ponder over upon this, Divine Collective. And I'm also getting, yeah, look at that. Outer space. Your spirit family is here, right? Your spirit family is always present with you to support you. And when you start doing this, I feel that the first relation that you build is with your spirit family who is surveilling you. Okay, they are protecting you. Look at that, you are their child. You are their divine child, Divine Collective. I'm telling you. Okay, you are their child. You are under divine surveillance. You're not at all distant from them. Look at you. Because they know you're innocent, right? They know your heart. And they know that this frequency will lure what kind of people? The people who wear masks. You know, these kind of frequencies who will come in your spiritual journey. So they are basically warning you about them as well, right? At the bottom we have marriage and wedding. I'm seeing marriage or a wedding on your cards, seriously, right? This can be a water sign who is coming towards you, right? I feel the Most High is sending this person here. This person might live on a coast side or a bay area, something like that. Take it how it resonates with you. So let's move forward with our message. Now let's bring this to the modern life. Today anger is spreading faster than wisdom, right? So social media thrives on outrage. People build identities around being offended. Vengeance is celebrated as empowerment. And I will never understand that. But chapter 6 says if anger controls you, you are not free. Isn't it? There is always that void kind of energy in ourselves. So meditation is not escaping the world. It is refusing to let the world hijack your nervous system. So how does the collective begin a yogic journey? Start small. I'd say start very small. You can just train yourself, okay? Start training yourself. Discipline one reaction, okay? Be mindful of one reaction. And when anger rises, pause before speaking. Observe the breath for 60 seconds. All right? Start small. Discipline one reaction. When anger rises, pause before speaking. Observe the breath for 60 seconds. All right? And that delays retaliation, okay? So that pause is yoga in itself. That's why I repeated the steps, right? And then build from there. Consistent meditation practice, regulating sleep and food, watching attachment patterns, and then choosing response over reaction. We discussed this in yesterday's message as well that I uploaded. Now the Lord's word. Yesterday's word was about how you respond. So the Most High judges you not on your wounds, right? He will always test you on how you would respond to that wound which has specifically come toward you to teach you a very specific spiritual lesson, right? So that's the energy. So at last, I would say that yoga of meditation is self-governance. So he is saying that you are already a sovereign soul. You can govern your own self, but you need training for that, correct? It upgrades you, seriously. Not because life stops being unfair. Sometimes we think that if we would do this, if we would discipline ourselves or train ourselves, the life will stop being unfair to us. At some point of time, we expect that, but it's not the case, Divine Collective. All right? It's possible because you stop being ruled by internal chaos. And here's the real secret. When vengeance dissolves, clarity rises. Right? And clarity is your superpower. Chapter 6 is not asking you to become passive at all. It is asking you to become unshakable, right? Because the greatest victory is not defeating enemies. It is mastering the mind that creates them, right? So this was your message, Divine Collective. Now let's get to extending this message. Yeah, caregiver. There are spirits who literally care for you, okay? There might be elderly spirits. Whoever is coming to your mind right now, this is a sign from them. Yeah. And they are actually protecting you from the people who have passionately, who are psychopaths, I would say, who would do wrong things for money. Yeah, look at that. We have a gift coming for you. I feel that this is a spiritual inheritance for most of you, for 80% of you. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing a bowl here, and again, okay, I'm seeing abundance. Very similar to cornucopia, right? We have this golden frequency bowl, okay, and the frequency is dynamic. Something is coming towards you. I feel an elderly spirit, whoever this is for you, in your gut. This elderly spirit is helping you to fetch your spiritual inheritance and protecting you, shielding you from the people who were after it, okay? Yeah. People or unclean spirits, demons, right? Whoever was after it. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of signs here. There might be a couple involved here who are busy cleaning up their mess. So they were targeting you, and now, as you know the truth about them, or you're getting to know the truth about them, something that they have done here, very heinous, okay, so that you would take out your own self, something like that, right? And again, coastal area is really significant. Take it how it resonates with you. A beach side is really significant. And this elderly spirit is helping you get your justice, okay, get your gift. I feel this can be a spiritual gift as well, that this elderly spirit is passing on to you as inheritance, as your inheritance, right? So beware of this couple. Whoever this couple is, beware. Anything else? Yeah. Okay. Home. The part of the gift is a property as well. The part of the gift is a property as well, Divine Collective. Yeah. This elderly spirit is, I don't know why, the spirit is very happy with you, with your efforts. This elderly spirit can be any spirit, okay, related with you. There might be some secrets that you do not know about. Yeah. As if somebody did not want you to take this inheritance of yours, right? Somebody did not want you to be the part of this inheritance. They wanted it to be a secret. So this elderly spirit is helping you to take the rightful, I would say, take the rightful ownership. I think you are the rightful owner for this inheritance. Yeah. They were definitely plotting something for you. Now let's take an angel message. Something might have happened at a party recently that have warned you, that have given you a fair warning as to what these people are planning. Okay, you're still alive, and that's shocking for some people. I don't know why I'm getting this, because in that party, somebody was trying to take you out. I'm so sorry for that. In that party, maybe you were being targeted by these people. Yeah. On the road as well. Something about a party or a celebration, right? You were being targeted, Divine Collective. Recently, for sure. I would call upon the archangels, the seraphim, the cherubim, the dominions, the cherubs. Please come through. Oh wow. And give the Divine Collective the guidance for their highest good. Thank you and amen. Aho. Om Shanti. Thank you so much. Oh. Wow. Anything else? Okay, thank you. So we have 3 messages from them today. I cannot make this shit up. Angel of protection. I told you, you are being protected. You do not know anything about that. I think frequencies from very high dimensions are surveilling your situation, because you are the gift yourself. I'm telling you that. You can wear black tourmaline. Okay? You can wear this. I am safe and sound. I am out of harm's way. All is well. You're blessed. You are always divinely protected. You are enveloped in a sphere of goodness and well-being. And then we have Angel of Good Fortune. Wow, brilliant. And we have Green Aventurine with this. Okay. You are incredibly lucky and you have so many blessings in your life. Abundance and prosperity are constantly flowing in your life. I cannot make this stuff up. I'm telling you. I saw cornucopia, I saw that beautiful bowl, okay, and from that golden frequency was coming out, and this is exactly how it is going to manifest in each of yours life, right? So self-adventurous travel filled with cosmic coincidence is a certainty. Wow. something about travel is on your cards. And Angel of Alignment. You are in alignment with the universe, okay? So you are a channel of divine wisdom and your intuition is enhanced. You easily connect with the source and all that is amazing. And we have kyanite. All right. So it's all kyanite is for intention on balance, okay? Yeah. Okay. One more oracle. Yeah, the Most High. Oh wow. Yay! Consciousness. Awesome. Now, beyond the chatter of the mind, this is exactly the replica of chapter 6. Okay? This is elevating your consciousness. The message is beyond the chatter of the mind lies the realm of consciousness. Open yourself up to its guidance and you will never have to deal with the indecisiveness of the mind again. This is exactly the message. Awesome. So I'll wrap up this video here. Thank you so much for joining in and tuning in with me, Divine Collective. And if you need any consultation or any kind of service from me, you can check out the same in the description box below, or you can directly go to the links section. Thank you so much for being till here. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Divine Rising. God bless you and ciao.
Oh, city light.